Well, hello everybody and welcome to VolunteerFEST 2020. My name is Brad Creighton, and on behalf of Volunteer Fox Cities, we thank you for being a part of this great event. It's a little bit different, of course. We can't be together in person, but that doesn't lessen the need that these wonderful agencies that are taking their time to share with you do have. So please listen, find something that works for you, and don't be afraid to reach out and jump in. If you find an opportunity that you think will work for you. So we are grateful to have Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Wisconsin with us. So with that, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to let them take over.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having us. We are excited to be here and to be able to present to people who are interested in our mission and learning about Big Brothers Big Sisters and potentially becoming a mentor. We love to share all that information with those in our community. The need is so great, not only for our organization, but definitely the need for youth in any organization in our community is great. So my name is Catherine Johan. I am a program manager here at Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Wisconsin. Today, I actually, in a few seconds here, I'm going to switch over and show kind of a PowerPoint. The one thing I really love about sharing this PowerPoint is it captures some of the really magical moments between our matches. And it will give you a 101 of what Big Brothers Big Sisters is, what programs we offer, how you can get involved, and then certainly if you have any questions, I know Brad said that he was gonna ask them at the end, so keep them coming. I would love to answer any questions you have. So that being said, I'm gonna switch this over. So again, we're Big Brothers Big Sisters of East Central Wisconsin. We use 3 words consistently across our messaging, and that really is to defend, ignite, and empower. And any involvement in our program does one of these 3. And these three words are really geared towards youth in our community. So we are defending the potential of youth, we are igniting their potential, and we're empowering their potential. So who we are, we provide life-changing friendships to youth in need. We have intentional one-to-one matching between a youth, which I will sometimes refer to as a little, and then a mentor, which we refer to as a big. So they are big brothers and big sisters. Our youth, again, littles, are aged anywhere between ages 6 to 18, and our mentors can start at age 15 in some of our programs. Otherwise, specifically our community-based program, we start at age 18 and all the way up. So we have no max on age. And we'll talk a little bit more about this coming through, like what additional expectations are and requirements are. So like I said, you will hear those 3 words often throughout my presentation that were shown in the beginning. So we're here to defend every kid's potential. We're ready to build the biggest possible futures with and for them together. And that's just the beginning. So our purpose is to create and support life-changing friendships for youth in our community. And that's truly at the heart of our mission, what we do. We create those opportunities and potentials for these life-changing relationships. We exist because our mission is urgent. We engage over 400 youth annually in our programs and rising, especially with everything going on nowadays. We are seeing an increased need with youth needing a mentor and just somebody to be there to support them and have their back. We currently have about 115 youth who are waiting to be matched. So they went through our enrollment process. They are just waiting for that right mentor to be paired with. The single greatest predictor of whether a child will overcome adversity or succumb to it is the presence of one caring, trusted adult in childhood. And that is why we believe what we believe and we do what we do, is because we recognize that one adult can make such an impact in a child's life and either, like I shared, overcome adversity or succumb to it. So we have many different programs. In a nutshell, we have 2 main umbrella type programs. One is I'm going to start with community-based. Our community-based is our traditional program. This is one that people think of when they think of Big Brothers Big Sisters more often. This is where matches will meet in the community or at the Biggs home and do a variety of activities, share in hobbies, share in interests, try new things. So really it's up to them. This is our most flexible program. So we roughly say about 5 to 8 hours a month is what we're looking for as far as the commitment goes. For this program, we do need driver's license and car insurance. We need proof of that because they would be responsible for transporting the little, and the big has to be 18 years or older. So our site-based program is the other umbrella program, and the slide that you're looking at right now, there are 2 additional programs under it. Those are both site-based. So we kind of have an umbrella of site-based programs, and then there's a bunch of stuff underneath. So for our site-based programs, volunteers can be 15 years old or older, and it's about 1 hour a week. So our site-based matches typically meet in the lunchroom, on the playground, or during an after-school program. We do have a program called School Buddies. This is where we specifically match high school students with elementary school students. And then our workplace mentoring programs, we have a couple different workplace partners that we do partner with. So Kimberly Clark, US Venture, For Imprint, Wapaka Foundry, and JJ Keller are our workplace partners, and we partner with an elementary school close by, and once every other week they go over to the workplace site in a typical non-COVID world. That's how it works. Site-based programming this year, even some of our community-based programming does look a little different based on COVID. We've had to quickly turn things around and adjust as needed. So all of our site-based programming right now is virtual, which can be a really great thing, because if you didn't think you had time before, now's the time to try it and see how you like it and get to explore it and still make an impact on a youth in the community. If virtual is not your thing, I promise you this will not last forever. I don't know about COVID, but we are guaranteed that we are going to get back in person. So it is temporary, and we are providing so many resources to our matches to say, have you tried this? Try this. Here's conversation starters. So if you don't know where to start conversations virtually, we'll be there to help you. Then we have another program I'm going to talk about a little more in detail. It's one of our newer programs, and it's called Mentor 2.0. So if you are interested in virtual and you're interested in specifically working with high school students and helping them be successful after high school, Mentor 2.0 is the program for you. So this program is a technology-enhanced mentoring program that provides one-to-one support for high school students to empower post-secondary success. That's a lot of jargon to basically say it's really awesome, and it's responding to already planned conversation starters and lessons and themes around preparing for after high school. So career success, college success, once a week. The students are in a classroom with a teacher once a week. Right now it's virtual. So we say roughly it's about 30 minutes online doing that. And then once a month, we do have a required in-person event. Again, in a non-COVID world, right now it is virtual, but typically it's once a month commitment at Oshkosh North is the school we partnered with for this program. And it's just really cool. So in person, I cannot say enough. We offer dinner, we offer activities. It's a really great opportunity to help students plan out what their future could look like, and even open the door for a lot of our students that are in this program. They don't think college is an option even. So for this program, for them, we're opening that door to say, it's at least an option. Let's consider it. Open the door, walk through it. You don't go, that's okay too. College isn't for everybody, but let's at least make sure that door is open in case you choose to walk through it. Okay, so what we do, we stand up for youth. This goes to mental illness, especially with everything going on right now. Social emotional development of youth is so important. So kids are suffering from mental illness, depression, anxiety, loneliness, We help with the social bullying, the traumatic family or peer relationships, the feelings of isolation. So in a normal world, a big helps navigate some of these, but especially now that this, like I said, social emotional is so important to these students, especially that if they're not getting it, they're not able to be in school in person, they're missing out on a huge developmental milestone. So by being a mentor, we can stand up for youth, we can be there for them, we can be in their corner. Oops, I'm sorry, I switched it too quick. We are a force for change. So a little statistics for those who are really interested in stats of our organization and the youth we serve. 94% of our students report increased focus on their educational pursuits because of their mentor. 98% of our youth report increased social acceptance because of their mentor. 100% of our youth indicate that they feel like they have a special adult in their lives. The difference between a statistic and a success story is you. Are you willing to stand up with our youth and be a mentor? For those who may not be interested in volunteering their time as a mentor, but want to give back in some other way, I want to share financially, if you're looking to donate to our organization, because we are a nonprofit, and that is how we continue to provide our services, we do have game-changing support. So for $1 a paycheck, you can cover that covers a pre-match training, which all of our bigs are required to take to help prepare them in their role as a big. It provides a free match activity for a match who has hit their 1-year match milestone together. And it sponsors the first time a little gets to meet their big, which is it's a really exciting time. $1 a week covers virtual training and support sessions for bigs. It covers background checks for incoming volunteers, and it provides an hour of coaching and support for the little, the big, or the parent as they begin the life of their match. And we're getting even more specific. So for $1 a day, that can cover a sponsorship for a little to remain connected to their big during the summer months, which for our site-based programs, we don't typically run. So just to be able to communicate with them and offer those support services when they can't meet together. That's how it supports that. It supports 50 wellness calls, connecting families with critical resources. So other nonprofits in our area, other services that can really help the family get everything that they need. And it provides 12 months of coaching and mentoring for the parents of the little. So we are a force for change. Here are some ways to connect with us virtually. So getting involved, starting the inquiry or enrollment process at our website, which is www.bbbsecw.org. You can invest with a donation, and that can be done via our website or give us a call or even stop in. And then like us on Facebook. We are pretty active on there. We do post stories of our matches and things like that, as well as other mentoring resources or activities in the community that we partnered with. And because of you, we don't create potential, we defend it. Because of you, we don't create potential, we ignite it. And because of you, we don't create potential, we empower it. Together, we are defenders of potential. And I am going to stop sharing and turn it over and see if we have any questions about our program, because that was really long of me just blabbing information.
Well, first of all, Catherine, thank you. That is, the work you guys do is just unbelievable. And the lives that you change are fantastic. You know,
Thank you.
It's so great to see your passion, and I know that passion carries on to at least every one of your staff members that I've ever had contact with. The passion just shows through, and it's phenomenal. So a couple things to ask here. So you mentioned there are about 115 or so kids on your waiting list for your community-based matches, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if someone wanted to become a mentor, be matched with a little, is it possible to be matched with more than one little?
This time, no. Not in a one-to-one setting. Now we're always open to having conversations of ideas. So we could always do a non-one-to-one setting. So if we did like a big group setting, that might be a possibility. And I would say if that is of interest, reach out. Let's see what we can do once we're able to get back in person. But in a one-to-one setting, it is only one adult with one child. And the reason being is so that that focus can really be on building that relationship.
Excellent. And this kind of plays off with that. So let's say someone who wanted to be a mentor had a family, when they do an activity with their little, is their family allowed to participate, or do you want it to stay just that mentor, just that little?
That is a great question. And that is another one we actually get a lot. So we typically say it is a one-to-one mentoring because the focus should be between the big and the little. Now, that being said, our bigs have families, our volunteers have families, they have lives outside of it, and we want them to share in their lives with their little and vice versa. We want it to truly become a life-changing friendship that hopefully lasts long beyond our program. So we want them to be included, but I would say not all the time. So if they're doing family activities, once in a while, that would be fine, once or twice a month. But most of the interaction should be one-to-one.
Okay, great. Next one that I wanted to ask. So obviously, because your bigs are really focusing on building that relationship, and when someone signs up to be a big, it's a commitment. You're committing to give it a shot, and that's not a 1 week or a 2 week or a 3 week thing. Is there a way to, I don't know the best way to phrase this, but to like get a preview, a taste or something like that, so I know if this type of thing is going to be right for me, so I can go in full-hearted and say, yeah, I'm ready to commit, months to build this relationship?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and one that I don't know that I have an exact answer to, and I'll explain why. So my first initial thought is we are actually working on developing currently something similar to that, where people can almost try out as a mentor. We don't know how that looks, because at the end of the day, the impact for the child is the most important, and we just don't want it to be a negative effect if we're constantly putting people in and out. So we're just trying to figure out the best approach for that. Then what comes to mind is I have all those kids waiting. If it's something somebody would like to see, if even working with kids or volunteering with kids is of interest, and you have a skill or you have a hobby you want to share, we can host an event where we have staff at that event, and you just come and share your hobby, your skill with our littles who are waiting, and you can meet some incredible kids and see the types of kids that we're defending.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Real quickly, for your school-based programming, you mentioned that some you can have 15 plus be a part of that, and you'll have high schoolers then match on with elementary school kids. If there is a high schooler that wants to do that, are you able to sign off on like hours if if they needed it for like an honor society or a club or something?
Yes, absolutely. With the caveat being they have to commit to 1 school year.
Okay, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And Mentor 2.0 real quick. This
Yes.
is the last one on my list. So for Mentor 2.0, you said that, that's the 30-minute virtual thing. Do all the curriculum and stuff, the questions and whatnot are provided with that? Yes?
Yes, they are all on a platform that the mentor can access at any time. So they, as well as weekly communication with the program manager, they will know exactly what the theme is for the week, what the theme is for the month, what the goal is, and what types of conversations they should be looking for to be prompting their mentee, and what they should be receiving from their mentee, the types of things. So what they talk about then is really up to them, and they can go beyond those conversations. But if they have no clue, if they haven't been through the FAFSA process and years and it could change, or, you know, the scholarship options change. That's okay. Like, that's what we're there for. So then we provide those resources for our volunteers to be successful in those conversations.
So cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
So one last time, if someone wants more information or wants to sign up, can you give us that contact information one last time?
Yeah, so it is on our website, and it's easier to show you, but I will say it. It's www.bbbsecw.org.
Excellent. And for everybody that's watching, it is linked on our one-stop shop page too. So you can just go right there if you didn't write that down, and you can click right through. Catherine, thank you so much for your time, for your passion, and sharing with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Great. And for everybody watching, we appreciate you being a part of VolunteerFest 2020. And